So what do you think about the latest version of Final Cut, the 10.6.2?
I mean, look, they solved some problems. I think the voice isolation's cool.
It is cool.
And
it really is.
The dupe detection is something that people have been complaining about for a very long time.
11 years.
So, we checked those boxes. I think, look, obviously we saw the letter that came out, and what do I want to see happen is I want to see Apple get behind the product. That's what's missing at this point. It's not about features. It's not about workflow. Sure, I'd love to see collaboration done properly, but quite honestly, there's very little that, we keep having the same conversation.
Yes. The question I have, though, is when Steve Jobs was around, he was involved at some level with Final Cut Pro. I don't know if Tim Cook knows what Final Cut Pro is. That's just a joke, but that's my joke. I don't know if he knows what it is because it's, his radar is other things, which I'm not faulting.
The strategy is different.
Yes.
I think Apple is an infrastructure company now. They are not a creative company.
What do you, infrastructure meaning, because iPhones
Supply chain, manufacturing.
Okay.
If you think about what their priorities have been since Tim Cook came into existence, it's now a product company.
Okay.
And what vertical is this thing in, and where does this fit? Are we optimized for making money?
Sure.
Do we have the systems in place? So I don't think it is the creative company that it once was.
So do you think directing Tim Cook's direction towards that Final Cut Pro team is going to be effective? Is there going to?
I don't think Tim has much to contribute to the Final Cut team.
Right. That's what I was wondering. So
Tim is not Steve Jobs.
Exactly.
Steve Jobs would come in and look at stuff and be like, "What are they going to do?"
Exactly.
He has different strengths.
Right.
You want Tim Cook designing the infrastructure.
Well, Steve Jobs hired him.
Yeah, no,
for that reason.
There's nothing wrong
Right.
with Tim Cook. He just doesn't see the world the way Steve Jobs did.
But he makes great iPhones. This iPhone 13 Pro Max is
nothing
phenomenal.
wrong with these products. If you want someone in charge of your next iteration, that's Tim Cook. But he's not going to deliver an amazing keynote for you.
No.
And that's, and expecting him to get directly involved to promote Final Cut or really even know the problem it solves, that's not him. They need somebody to come in and do that and fill in that gap and be the sort of front face of the Apple creative ecosystem.
Sure.
That person isn't there right now.
I understand. It may just be coincidental, but things changed when Steve Bays left the Final Cut Pro team. You don't have to make any comment about that. You might know stuff, but
Steve Bays is great.
I'm just saying,
that guy,
it was different in those days. We had 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, 10.4. They all had lots of really, really good feature updates. You got to 10.5. Okay, optimized for the M1 Max, okay, but most people are on Intel. You got 10.6, there's only been like 4 features. Compared to the other two.
Do you want to know what I really think?
Yes,
my personal
I do.
opinion is they're not demoing it properly. They're focused on how many streams it is. They're not focusing on the problems that it's truly solving for creatives.
Okay.
And they're not talking about the workflows that creatives are really using and demonstrating this as a full ecosystem, connecting mobile to Mac to all of the stuff, because when you really demo what Apple has, it blows out of the water on a practical level for creative people, anything else in the market, by a magnitude of 10.
I agree.
And it's not about features, it's about how does this stuff work together to help me finish what I'm trying to do.
Sure.
They're not showing that. They're focused on how many streams of 8K or 12K can I demo. And that is missing the point, in my opinion.
Right. So that sounds like there's a position open, should be open in the Final Cut Pro team for whatever.
You never can tell, but I think they will have to commit to it to be a focus, or it will continue to not get the attention that, quite honestly, it deserves. Because there's not a problem with the product.